Right, so annoyingly, the Sanusi jet system has now broken after just 3 wash cycles. And respinning the 2 loads that it's kind of failed to do. It kind of last went on the cotton 60 cycle and did a weird burst on the spin. And as for the synthetic cycle just done, the mixed fabrics, it didn't spin at all. It only tumbled that way. It's the triac. Anyway, I thought I'd show you something else. Look, so we've got 2 more machines here. That I'm going to test later. This I'm going to test now. So we might be able to get it in later on, along with the hot point. So, yeah, he's going to put it quickly on a 95. It works. So there we go. I'm going to put intensive rinse on because it just raises the water level quite a lot. And a little bit of vanish. So this is single set programmer, but what's cool is that this is the same kind of timer that's sort of been used on a lot of the whirlpools. On the normal whirlpool, the actual whole dial turns, and on say like that 7 kilo thing that I've got, it's all rotten, you can hear it ticking away because it has this timer, but you can't see it. This is quite cool because it's best of both worlds. Single set's a timer, but it's showing you the progress. Yeah, bought it used from, he's a house clearance guy. I bought from him for a few times actually. I bought the Indesit Omega 1200 which Luke's got. Even though the pulley does need replacing on it, because somehow it snapped. On metal. What else did I buy from him? Oh, the Hotpoint WM62N. That was the other time I went. Oh, and the Hoover Quattro, which was fine, except it was rotten in the back of the actual drum in a weird place. It came with spares, the WM62N. That would run fine, it needed the door. Put the door on, and because it'd been sat for so long, the suppressor blew. I also got that from him as well, for nothing. So I paid £45 for that, and nothing for that, because he said he put it on, and there was this distinct plastic-y burning smell. And I was trying to get into the car, yes, the car, because the van was in at the time. It fell off his sack truck and hit his garden wall. All of that being said, they're there, but these were already in it. So, yeah. Looking at it, I don't think it's ever been used, or it's been used so a handful of times, but no mould whatsoever. Near enough. So, I think it needs a suppressor. Because what he said, what happened was, the house had been sat for 2 years, unused. You know, the person who owned it, eventually it was sold after 2 years. He came in, cleared everything out. But if that means it'd been sat for 2 years, this means it was basically new when it went it before, you know, it was stopped being used. I've not put it in though, that's why it's not lighting up. I'm going to look at that later. I'm going out in a minute. Later on I'll come back. Hopefully this should be working. I'll take the Zanussi out, we'll use this for now. And we'll use the hot point as well actually for now as well. Shame really the Zanussi's broke because that is in the same time frame as this. Right, the machine's gone through its entire cycle absolutely fine, but now it yeah, won't open. Let me try something else then. Let me try switching it off and leaving it. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at this. This is like brand new basically. Near enough. I've already taken the lid off, so I had a look. I can't actually see particularly any burning, but if there is, you will smell it. That's me think. Right. So yeah, it was actually manufactured. It's been sat for 2 years, unused. So yeah, unfortunately, it's got battered. So it don't look great, but it's a new machine. Oh well. Right, I'll plug it onto wash and then see if I can spell anything as well. At the minute, we're running fine. Well, it looks to be fine. But if the espresso does want to go, it will go, won't it? It's there. Now, this is the modern version. I still had... No, this is the old version. This has got actually pinned down. The new ones, this is all, look, all secured in. But even so, my clamp came in useful. I had to use it to knock it off. Yeah. Now I put on Cotton's 90 with a bit of vanishing. Actually got into place, look. Really? I've turned you on. Really? Swear. Oh no, no. Wow. Yeah. No wonder you could smell burning. That is the motor. Yeah. I'm not going to run it at, obviously on 400. So, let it do its 90 wash, no problem there, but it looks like the motor, I'm just going to take off, have a look. Right, this is opened after being unplugged, so we'll just get some towels. Right, close the door, it's still open. Right, what I'm going to do is put it on 60. Quick wash and intensive rinse. They do work together weirdly. Now let's look at the Zanussi. Right, let's try and fix this Zanussi. So first thing I'm going to do is undo all these, right, and then put them back. Sounds daft, but it works weirdly sometimes. Jammed relays, for some bizarre reason with Zanussi, take it off the board and they work. It's worked on my AEG 9000 series, that fixed the heater, and it's worked on the Zanussi Compact that I've got. It's always worked as well, like it never went wrong after that. So let's try and do it with this then. So I'm going to do all these, let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then put them all back again. It does have two boards. One's down there. But weirdly, whatever the problem is, it's not to do with that board. And I've just realised that the... Actually, that being said, my Aquacycle thing that I've also got, doing the same thing, but it's doing it where it tumbles. Well, it still tumbles that way, but because it spins that way, it still spins. Right, let's undo these. And now they're all unplugged, I'm going to make a brew. Yeah, it's warming up. About 40. Probably might get to 55 by the time it drains. This, set to 60. I'm pretty sure that's on 60. That is very hot. Very hot. And it's on quick 60. I know this is supposed to sort of heat and then sort of drain, but even so, that's impressive. Really hot. Let me get my thermostat. There it is. Now I know my thermostat can need a bit out, but I'm sure if I get it, when you know, find it, there it is. I think it's somewhere. Yep, it sure is there. Like I said, it's about 5, I reckon this is about 5-6 degrees out. 5 degrees out, so another 5 on top of that, we're looking at 62. And it looks like it's still heating. Because it hasn't clicked away yet. Oh, that's odd. That's actually at 52. Depends where actually, if I do it there, we've got 39. If we get it here, out of the where the froth isn't, here, 52. It's just advance. So this gets up to temperature and then advances. How cool is that? And now it will wash for about, I think, 5 minutes, and then it will drain. That is such a cool machine. Spin's gonna be funny though, because it's a whirlpool. Now, the dampers look pretty good actually. They haven't snapped the tabs. The tabs are not snapped, so the suspension's still in place. But it's still going to spin them towels regardless. It's just what it's like. Straight up to 850, 900. Although, weirdly, I found that setting this to 800 will still spin at the same spin. You can switch it down, during spin, to get the lesser speeds, but yeah, set at 800, it stays there, so. Right, time to put all these back in. I wonder if my hands can actually fit down there. I pulled it out, I'm going to push it back in again. Probably not. No, I can. Move out the way. Move them out the way there. And then that should be able to come up. Well, I guess nothing then. Right. Might not work. Well. Huzzah! It's okay, the Whirlpool's got a balance sensor in it. I thought it was going to spin there. It got quite... I think the violet's going to be an issue. Oh my. Oh my. Now, the thing is, with these candies, they went from a 2000 watt heater up to about 2010. Then they went to a 1300 watt heater, including those for a 13 kilo. And now they've got a 1600 watt heater. But that's the most we've got so far. Oh no, actually, 67. Is that because we've got on hygiene mode? Whirlpool with a balance sensor? Balance. Both towels on one side. That's not going to spin it. See, first rinse. There we go, first rinse. Of 2. It still only does 2 rinses. As far as I'm aware, it gets really high. I'll come back to it in a minute. Let me enjoy my cup of tea. Oh, and these are like proper mugs. They're from my nana's. She had new mugs, so I get the old ones. Well, it's spin. It's quite sensible for a change. I'm gonna be honest. I gotta see. I should really put some more towels in and then see how it goes from there. Because at the minute, it just really can't not spin it. Another thing is, the suspension is really bouncy. Not broken, but bouncy. Really bouncy. That's apparently on drain, and that has drained. ages. Let's rinse. I don't think it's going to spin. I've got a feeling it's just going to be too unbalanced for it. But it's a good thing. Yes, the suspension's not brilliant, but it wasn't really smashing around. And the balance has definitely saved off it. Be fine after, say, I don't know, with an actual full load in. Interesting, did a high spin burst and now a low start. So it's done one stage, it then advances on to this stage here, which is the actual proper long version of the same spin, and it can't balance it now. For some reason. Oh, I can do it now. I turned no spin off, we don't need it. We get it, it doesn't work. Get rinsed out. I'll empty the filter, we'll put it to one side. This is nearly done as well. That actually did limit the spin to 1,000. Not really surprising because of course it was unbalanced. The only thing I want to check now is whether this door lock will unlock, because it didn't unlock last time. But if that's the only fault, I'm not bothered. I can live with this. It doesn't matter. As long as it unlocks after, you know, turn it off at the wall, fine. Just a bit of a thing, but okay. Hold on. Oh. How? How? didn't bother draining. Right, let's do it again. Hang on. I'll just turn it off and see what happens. Give that 2 minutes, 3 minutes, so. Okay, so I will film this. I just got to remember that I've got to unplug it at the end. Yeah, a lot. So it's got one fault. Oh well. Right, candy pulled out. That's it's plugged in, but it's switched off at the wall. Right, so this is the motor that's in. There's a reason why I got 3 motors here. I'll show you. So this is a Wolong. Yep. Trying to catch it on camera, but it's going to be hard. But anyway, there's a cam lobe. Hang on, let me just find it. So it is there. So this lobe here has lifted. Anyway, so this is a Hey one. Made in 2016, so that's ready for bin. This one, but while this is a lot better, unfortunately, it's not as noticeable, but it's there. I mean, it could be used as a motor, but the brushes might probably last like 3 years, 4 years maybe on a set of brushes. And then we've got this one. So all the wirings are different colour, but essentially all the wires are in the same position. And this is a C-set one. More likely this motor actually come from the Candy Grando Go with the broken bearings I had years ago, judging by the day. Now this is perfect. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is quickly check the length of the brushes before we put it in. If the brushes are relatively long, I'll put it in. Yep, that's the length of the brush. They're basically new. Time to put this in. I mean, I'll have to do some modification to this motor, but it should work. I'm going to put some spacers and just bring it out ever so slightly. Right, because if you look at this, it's attached, it's on, but look how far back the belt is. So it ever so slightly hanging over the back of the pulley. It's not rubbing against the tub, fine, but there's no play. So what I'm going to do, if this works, is get some spacers. Just bring the motor forward slightly. By 2mm, 3mm. Absolutely fine. So I reckon 2 washers behind here and we'll be fine. Right. I'll just work out the size of the washers. See if this motor works then. Oh, that needs some plug-in. That needs coming out. I'll use it. Just gotta remember to unplug it to let it unlock. Just work on that, so I'm gonna get that in a minute. Ta-da! You hear that tinkling sound? That comes from the pulley for some reason. Yeah, if I bridge the pulley, I also noticed, look, the pulley on this is ever so slight. This is the old pulley. That's got an ever so slightly different pulley on it, which goes back ever so slightly more. Don't know why. Voila! Right. I'll just work on this and then I'll get that in. Right, so we've emptied the sump, and I found, weirdly, apart from all the crud from the machine, also these clogging up Pokemon things, Pogs, 2 of them, and what looks to be a Nintendo DS game cartridge, DS Lite. So I'm going to let that do a 30 wash and a couple of rinses. It's still full of crud. Hopefully that'll shift it all out. Yeah. So, it's got modded dampers. Look how strong they are. Smells a bit. But bought it from auction. That could be easy, you know, because it's not actually turning on. You know what I mean? I'll come back to that. Let's have a look at this then. It's a stupid single paddle Zanussi. But I think this is actually scrap. Yeah. Yeah, she said it would fill in the room with black smoke. Turn the machine off. But to be honest, I have not looked at it properly until now. Might not switch on. Let's plug her in. This is on the LCD, so it will also take out the electrical if it needs to. Door lock. Fill. Fill. Both. Stain. Heat. Wash. Whoops. Ew. So it looks like the black has come from the drum. It looks like it's working now, so I'm just going to quickly put it on water and just quickly boil it out, because it stinks. And then it's going to go, obviously, go to scrap. That drum's knackered. So that's what's caused it. It looks like, more likely what's happened is, she must have had a really unbalanced spin, and obviously the spider snapped, gone straight into the door seal, and just thrown loads of black. Although she did say like the black smoke coming from everything. The motor doesn't sound too healthy though, so that may have also been doing it to a degree. Oh my god, that stinks. This is what happens with pods. Right, that's on. Put a couple of towels in on a 90 level 2, normal. Zanussi. That's on the last boil wash. I'm taking it out for now. He'll be back. He'll be back. Fair. That is quite hot. It is obviously on the much shorter version. Now let's save time. That being said, yeah, it's gone 10. 9. Past 10. So, yeah. I don't think it's been on that long. But, like I said, 1600 watt heater now rather than 1300 watt. Definitely overall improvement. Ah, that's hot. It's got a leak somewhere. Not bothered anyway. This will get binned. it on. Really? How are you that sensitive? Balance it out, that's why. So it's not bad actually. Which one's not bad size actually? Although I'm guessing, yeah, it's the same size as this 9. We've got one 10. That's slowing down far too quick to me. Definitely got a leak. Right, let's test both of these. Bluetooth. That's Bluetooth. It's quite good actually having Bluetooth, because at least then you can connect with any phone. The Wi-Fi models, I've noticed this with any manufacturer of Wi-Fi, it doesn't work. Yeah, if you have Bluetooth or use NFC, it works. Right. So this, actually, I might not just do a drum clean, I might just leave it as, because it smells almost like new. It even looks almost like new. This is a brand new model as well. BWA 81485X. This is the latest model, which I got from auction. Yeah. It has been clearly used, don't get me wrong, look. You know, somebody has used the drawer, but not for that much. Because of course auctions are house clearances, more likely that this has been probably bought very kind of recently, then the person that owned it has moved on. So yeah, it's probably only been used a handful of times. So do test mode. Oh, great. So that's normal. So what we're going to do is turn it off, put on normal rinse first. Where is it? Program 15. Okay. Can't actually see properly in there. There it is. It is nice that Becca was still using the much higher water level on rinse. Right, so you test again this time. So, now it's working this time. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with drum clean then on the undersets. It looks like when it has been used with just powder. Even if they have thrown it everywhere. Got breaking. Right, so we're going to put this on a drum clean. We are going to put this on a drum clean because, oh, it's gone now. There was the remnants of a liquid tab in the door. In fact, you can kind of see there. We've got some partial build up. But other than that, it's pretty clean for its age. It's weirdly got a rust spot though. Look at that. That's not even old. That's bad. Right, so we're going to do that one. 2, 1. What? It's even longer? Total clean is 3 hours 16. You're having a laugh. By the way, I did pay a fair bit for this underset, but with it being pretty much a new model, like, and also the fact I looked at it and went, yeah, well, it smells like new, I can just sell it. And this just means less work. So yeah, I paid quite a bit more than I would normally, but I should my return should be just as much. That's how business works anyway. You're balancing basically profit and time as well, in a weird way. Like, you can make more profit sometimes off a machine that you pay much less on. Let's say you pay something like, say, 20 quid rather than what I did, which is 90 quid on that. But if, say, you pay 20 quid on one and you both sell the same machine, but you've got to then spend 3 hours of your time repairing it, testing it and cleaning it up, etc. Whereas with this, I've just got it, don't need to repair it, don't need to clean it, don't need to do anything with it. Then it's much easier, time wise, you make money in that sense. It's all how it works, but that's basically the logistics of a business. Balancing time and profit, you know, rather than just seeing profit. So like this Becker washer dryer, for example, it should sell for more money because of course it's still the latest model, it retails at more money, so I'll be putting it up for more money. But it does need a little bit more work doing to it, a little bit more cleaning, door seal wise, probably filter, stuff like that. I don't know what I'm doing about this rust. That is very, very bad. Right, onwards. Yeah. Mind you, could do with changing the door seal first, I think, and then we'll see what they're like after washing. Oh, also need 2 drum paddles still. Let's put these in as a new seat. Ew. Look at that. Ew. That'd be funny, but like just a bit of, you know, scrubbing has like helped this quite a bit now. Look at that. Once it's finished. Right. So this obviously was leaking last time. Now but watching it, I want to see how much it now leaks. It might leak a lot more. Ew. Oh, actually, water in there. That's coming through, and I'm not joking, the mould on the door seal. Just put this on spin, see what it does. That is hot. Apart from a little bit of mould on the door seal, should be okay. That's what it's like when it gets to speed. This is Lucy. So what's unusual about this model, it's quite late on within the Nextra type, the Nextra production, but if you notice the display, yeah, so that's from the sort of early OPHs and stuff like that. Same display, but to have that incorporated onto this machine with the same older 30cm porthole. Yeah, it's actually got the same programs too, actually, of the Hoover Optima. because of the Hoover Extra. That'll do for us. I did actually just buy it for the channel, not necessarily. I don't think I will resell it. Well, not resell it anyway. For general purposes of making money, just resell it as general purposes of, hey, it's YouTube. It'll do it for us though. I'll get it in over there after this new sea's done. Get it on, and then we'll just do a quick boil wash and a suspension test, and then we'll run to the filter as well. I'll show you that in a minute. Geo the pops. Yeah. Right, I'll come back to that after. Bin. There we go. We've gone. Scrap. So I smelled burning then, and then I've realised something. This drum clean has drying cycle because it's a washer dryer. So it does the whole thing and then does half an hour drying. That would probably explain why it's not 2 hours 44 but 3 hours 14. Interesting. Though, part of me thinks is the fan working? Because that's the other problem. If I can smell this kind of burning, it usually means that the fan's not working. Because it's getting that hot. And I can't hear a fan. Let me have a look. So the heat coming through there, but is it being blown through? I'm not sure. Interesting. I'll just try something. So I put some towels in. This might rattle a bit, it's not, I don't think it's 100% balanced. It does do a spin. So the only reason I've done this is simply because I can't tell the fan's running. But it is producing heat. Anyway, Nextra. Come over here. I'll show you this. So this is the Hoover Nextra. That's the kick plate. In fact, what I should do first is check the filter, shouldn't I? Do that first. That took ages. Stop pulse light doesn't work then. Just like it. So yeah. Nothing in the filter. Just bits of the spider. Annoyingly. Should be okay. really don't like modern machines. I don't know what it is about modern machines, but they all rattle. Well, I've been to say actually, they've always rattled. But Echo, they started rattling quite a lot more. Samsung have always rattled and got worse. LG rattle. Bosch even rattle now. Hoover and Candy, actually not too bad, they just scream instead. Well, that being said, there is a definite difference between that and that. So. Yeah. So we're doing a Vanish pre-wash and then a citric acid wash afterwards. No, it's been a while. A little bit of warmth, but other than that, like, well, they are drying. To a degree. It shouldn't take this long though. It's little bits. That's from the dryer. So yeah, don't know what's going on. Let's take him out. Shouldn't take that long. Now, so look at this then. I'll put Ultimate TCUD97B. Yeah, it comes free with what looks to be like, I don't know, bits of ceiling tile. Straight from auction, yeah. It's got the wave drum pattern on it. Filled with, well, it's not too bad, I've seen worse. Oh, this is absolutely filled with fluff. Ooh. Like really badly filled with fluff. Ew. Also came with the Ventos. Yeah, it hasn't actually. It's I'll show you in a minute where that Ventos has come from. But that was in the drum. Power on, yeah. So timed, clean filter and empty water bottle. Just remind me to be honest. That is empty. Ooh. Each one of these has 2 programs: Ben and Bath Anti-Allergy, Synthetics, and Turbo Dry. Jeans, and then Duvet. Yeah. What does that mean? And you got wool and silk. Baby Delicates. What's that one? And then Dark Cycle. What difference does it make? Cuddly Toys. That's only available on this machine. Takes 3 hours 20. Well, that's what it does. It dries Cuddly Toys at a very low heat. Essentially does sort of sensor drying anyway, but I think, if I know anything, they cycle the heater on and off periodically. Heat and Joy. I've used that before. It's brilliant, actually. Easy Iron. And then Refresh, which is just cold air anyway. And My Cycle, which is preset, I think, just at Cottons. So yeah. That motor sounds different. Not your typical induction motor. So I think it's got an inverter motor. It runs off the balls. That's the pump squealing there. It's hot. That's not too bad, actually. Right, we also will test this as well. Again, these both from the same auction. That is to that, but if you notice, this isn't right, and that's because the hose inside here goes sort of so far, and then it's been, what looks to be, electrically taped up somehow. Then as we move them about in the auction room, it's just basically fallen out. Oh well, doesn't matter. That looks like it's been attached to one of them condensing boxes that never work. Right. We've got no door seal, because it's here. Free rag. That is actually clean, I have cleaned it before. But we've also got another weird problem, and it's this door catch. Now, I think it's slipped. Should be an easy fix. The pin itself is slipped because it's too far this way, look. So when you go to close the door, it doesn't... Oh, it's doing it now, but usually it kind of sits there, look, and it goes into that gap. This needs a roller bearing doing. Or possibly the jockey wheel actually. They don't create the rumbling sometimes. Right, the power's gone off, but I can't tell whether I've just overloaded the circuit, which I don't think I have, or whether this has caused issues. So, let me do something. We're going to reset the power first. Right, I'll test that separately later on, because obviously that's causing an issue. Anyway, put these into here. Oh, that's hot. Put it off. And then we'll select cover dry. In fact, actually, no. I'm going to do something even better. I'm going to select turbo. See what that does. So, synthetics, turbo dry, must be like hanger dry. Okay. So this has got 4 minutes remaining, it's still drying. So it did time down a bit to less than about half an hour after sensing. But because obviously cover dry hasn't actually been reached, it hasn't got to cool down yet. We'll see what happens. White Knight C372WV. Yeah, actually I was kind of wrong. That vent hose wasn't to this, even though it does need a pipe. It's actually to this, I worked out, because this is the bag it came with, yeah, and that's the box. So yeah. I knew that. Come back in about 10 minutes. Let's click down to cool tumble. That is hot. Oh, that is well. Yeah. This heated up to, in fact, by the time it did cool down and was still blisteringly hot. 90 means 90 on these and extras. Right. Even extras on spin. That looks pretty well, to be fair. Have a look at this. It's yeah. So I picked this up, absolutely perfect, from auction. Then it fell off my table trolley, face first, from height. Yeah. So unfortunately, it's crushed that and bent it out. That's now out. I mean, to be fair, drum's still going round. Okay. So yeah, we've had a casualty basically. Unfortunately, then I had the second casualty today when, as I was reversing my 13 kilo Hoover, I bashed into this, and then as I stopped, the Hoover was on its side on this trolley like that, but then decided to go, for some reason, land down, but then fall straight over the other side. That's a shame because it runs absolutely fine. Yeah. You might be able to bend it all out again. You just sell it really cheap. Not sure yet. Let's do a bit. Shame, really. No, I think I'll use it for parts. Okay. So, done. Did it try them? Yes, it did. They are perfect. Excellent. That's running fine as well. That is actually quite nice. I know it's a Hoover, I know it's an extra, I know they're not exactly brilliant, but well, actually no, these actually wash pretty good. These were the good ones. This later one got good. Yeah. I think I broke the timer because it's not really counting down. It's taking forever. Oh, that wasn't in. I was on low heat. it there and see if it switches off. Right, the Crusader turned itself off after about 2 minutes actually, so saying that. No, maybe not. Shame. Shame it broke. Have we unlocked? Yes, we've unlocked. Actually, they smell fine. We're good to go. Actually, I'm going to take the Becca washer dryer out and put this in its place. For now. And use it. Because, hey, why not? Cool. Although I've just realised that's just the 6 kilo rebranded. And somebody has done something with the door seal at some point, because that's in the wrong place. Yeah. Other than that, it fully works, which is neat. Try again. What I'm going to do... If it goes off after about 5 minutes, trips the whole lot. So then we've got an earth leak. Well, it can be a bit of both actually. Sometimes it can be an earth leak, sometimes it's drawing too much power. If it's drawing too much power, it's going live. Probably then more likely be whatever. Anyway, Portsmouth appliance testing pass. That is a pat test pass. So has this been? Sometimes rental companies use stuff like that. They'll just go to properties and pat test them. Right, run. Gonna get the machine in and put it there to test. Now I'm gonna get another machine in and then test it in there. We're working fine. So normally, I can run about 3 machines on one bank. One bank is 30 amps and therefore it takes around 7200 watts of power, roughly. But on this bank, not only have I got 3 machines, but I've also got a couple of fridges and freezers, albeit they have very small compressors. But if any, let's say you've got a couple on, it could be 200 extra watts. The other thing is, the White Knight runs at 2700 watts, the Hot Point, probably also about 2700 watts, and the Hoover, which was heating at the time, has a 2000 watt heater anyway. So 2200 watts. Yeah, add the math up, and we've got over our 7200 watt limit. And it's just enough to trip everything out. Right, all I'm going to do is do a quick spin test on this, and then if this works, then in the meantime I'm going to change the Nextra and the hair over. The filter's been taken out. Look at that. Yes, lovely. Okay. But if you listen to the motor, do you know what? Look how bouncy that is. Right, this is an inset drum. That bounces like an inset as well. One of the drawers just as small. Oh, it is as well. Got protective film over it still. It has, I think. Oh, there we go. Look at that. It's all dirty, look. So this is a bit different to the Logic hair washer dryer. Program is definitely different. This is more on par with the Essentials one I had years ago. Which means I'll probably end up keeping this for a while actually. Presuming everything's alright. The motor sounds fine, but if I put a load of towels in it and then see what happens, because if you've got brushes wearing out, sometimes you might have enough brush there to deliver power when there's nothing in, but once you put towels in, or just a load of washing in general, it can be too much. That being said, replacing the brushes, replacing the motor, got spare motor, got spare brushes, I can do all that. Okay, so we'll get this in then. I'm going to give it a bit of a scrub out and then change it over. Oh, and FYI, I picked this up for scrap today. Right, let's see if this works. It's from auction. this time I had to travel for it, which is Winterton, which is about 60 miles away from me. But I saw it, I bidded on it, I won it. It's a M6702S. Right, the filters are free and empty, but remnants of spider are in the filter. Not great. And if you look here, you see all this here? That's not plaster dust, that's the spider. Because it has been tested on spin and it's also been pack tested. Look at the plug! Somebody's chopped the plug off originally and then put on a plug that's about 30 years older than it. Anyway, I'm going to do a very quick test on spin. I'm not going to let it do a full spin. Now let's put on cotton 75. Should put extra rinse on? Yeah, why not? Stain Actions pre-wash, then you've got Eco Wash. What does Eco Wash do then? A lot of the buttons are not doing anything. So like extra rinse will work. Which is a bit of a shame. Apart from extra rinse. Or is it just these not working on certain program? Well no, because why is the spin reduction is not working, of course. Okay. See if it works. Now granted I don't actually reduce the spin and don't use time delay because we're filming, but there is pre-wash I would like to use, and use Eco Wash if I could. Hey, so well I've been aware, you know, for tea, the cycle's gone through and yay, the bearings are gone. But the board's fine. Yeah. Okay, so the plan is now to take the main board off and the motor, because they usually dip a bit different, and put them onto the 8 kilo version. There isn't actually any difference in the board, so they should both fit. But I don't know how healthy the motor is, so I'm going to take the motor off. At least the display board though works alright on that. Anyway, yeah, I got this. This, believe it or not, is a Miele Professional, right, heat pump condenser dryer. Right, I'll just show you. So open it up. I've got a couple of towels in there ready, only a few. Standard filter on this, of course, being a condenser. It looks like you do have a serviceable hatch over here, which you do, but there's nothing behind it. Strange how there's still fluff though on the bit of compressor. Obviously, and then this is your actual pad. This is how it's come. That state of it. Notice there's no fluff. There's no sponge. More than likely, I think somebody's tried to hoover it. The sponge obviously comes off, but they've never replaced it. In fact, it's not even in properly, look, because that should be all the way up to there, and it's just not. Hold on, is that even on right? It's not even on right, I think. Alright, there's a hole there. So I need to buy some more sponges. They are T8000 sponges. I need to give it a bit of a hoover at some point as well when I next do it. But there's something even more interesting. Yeah, there's no collection tank anywhere. So it's direct drain only, basically. Luckily, I've got this, which is a 25 litre bottle. Anyway. In fact, actually, just out of interest, I'm just going to... So, let me do that again. One, two, three. Didn't do it that time. One, two, three. Just start flashing. There we go. One, two, three. Why don't we go into it now? Did it then 2 seconds ago. Why do it now? I'm trying to remember what sound that is. That long beep. And I can't think of it. Nope, can't think of it. Anyway. $4,029 hours. That's not even much, actually. Fault memory. F66. Hold on, F66. Yep. And 158. And F66. And F0. 66. 158. and F66, 158, and 0. So F66 is that. I'm not sure what F458 is. They have that many codes. Typical. Component test. No components active. Just keep going. So, I'm going to put the towels in. Pick these up. Normal. 22 minutes. Go. I need a roller bearing or two. It sounds a bit like a train. So, believe it or not, it runs at around 750 watts, but 150 watts is the motor. The compressor is just shy of 600 watts, but bear in mind the compressor also uses a fan. So we'll see. So mathematics wise, it just takes just 70 minutes. Because bear in mind, you can just turn off the cool tumble on this. You don't need it. If it works fine. That means it'll cost me like, it'll be 0.2 kilowatts or something stupid like that, 0.3 kilowatts. Which means the full load is probably going to take about 1 kilowatt, which would be no difference to that, but probably about twice as fast. Actually, that runs at 600 watts normally. It's only the eco cycle that takes longer. That was on machine iron at 20 minutes, and that's going to hand iron at 21 minutes. Which means it's nearly dry. Let's go and spin. That's not too bad actually. And I can't get it back in. As per. This is a little yellowed, which is a bit bizarre. Yep. Yeah. I think this has a little slow startup. Let me just show you. second. Yeah, how so it needs a capacitor. Oh, that's hot. You can hear how scratchy it is. Well, it's finished, but it definitely took longer than... I think it took about 40 minutes. Just have a look. I'll try it. Well, the class has completely gone on the hot point now. They're dry. They're a bit too dry, in fact, actually. As daft it seems. Apparently it took about 30 minutes. I use 0.825 kilowatts. That's not that economical. It probably needs a good damn service and setting up right. Let's have a look. It's going to finish. Going to finish. Right, settings. Let's see what it's set up as. Anti-crease off 1 hour. Leave it off. Buzzer off. Time of day's wrong anyway. Display contrast, don't need it. Standby. Not in current program. Yeah, it's fine. Drying levels. Cottons. Aha! So I'm going to take it down a bit. In fact, I'm going to test it sort of like there. GI should be damp anyway as well. so them bearings are completely gone.